I'm Ted Vernon, star of South Beach Classics TV show, and we have another episode now of Ted's Car Corner, and I'm featuring our guest today is my executive producer, Max Weiler.
Hi, Ted.
Hi, Max.
I love the name of your show, Ted's Corner. That's really creative.
Well, someone cornered me into it.
Okay, great. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the show?
I think we should talk about the show and some of the fun things that have happened, and whatever way this goes, we'll let it go.
It's going to be a long time. I mean, it's a long time back. Can you remember it back that far?
No, but I'll try.
I think your memory's pretty good. Long term, it's that short term memory we have trouble with, no?
What?
Yeah, not hearing. memory.
What was your first impression when you met me?
Well, I remember in the parking lot, I pull into your place, I'm in an SUV, and the first thing you say to me is that your wife's car?
Soccer mom car.
Soccer mom car. And you said it, you don't repeat stuff, but you must have said it about 5 times that day.
I got to you, though. You didn't drive it anymore, if I recall.
I had that car for another year or so, but, well, I went to a sedan. You like sedans better.
The Mercedes you got now is pretty high end.
I don't know about that, but I thought that Bentleys and Rolls Royces and stuff were...
Well, that's me, not you.
We're wives' cars.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
My Rollers are mine. My Bentleys are mine. And she has a nice Lincoln Navigator long wheelbase. She loves big. That's why she married me. I'd like to hear some funny stories about the show, about me or you. We had a lot of laughs.
Yeah. One of them, everybody asks why I call you cornbread. You know why?
No.
Yeah, you do. When we shoot the show all over the country, as you know.
Yeah.
And when we go through the South, your voice changes.
Y'all think it changes?
Yeah, so you're like one of the guys, and I started calling you cornbread in those areas, and it stuck.
I never really understood exactly why you call me cornbread. Now I do. But, I sort of kind of slide into where I'm at.
You got the terms down too, boot and all those other things what they talk about in those auctions.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the viewers who haven't.
But that's the terms those people use where we go. And you've got to be able to slip into that lingo so you can do business.
Do we have to explain what boot is? Or have they seen it in the episode?
Don't know. Boot is money. You got to throw some boot, got to give some money.
Yeah, and boot's very important on all of those car deals, right?
Yeah. If you're trading up, you got to have boot.
First time on the road.
Yeah, that was with when I went down to get coffee.
Well, something like that. We're in the hotel lobby, in a lobby. It's not, I mean, everybody's around there. It's one of those buffet breakfasts and coffee and all that. And you came down in your underwear.
I came down in a pair of nylon shorts that I wanted to get coffee to bring up.
It was your underwear. We had a British guy on the crew. He said, Ted's in his knickers. I think that's underwear in British, isn't it?
I think. But I didn't feel that it was underwear. I felt it was silk trow I wear when I'm comfortable walking around the house.
Next day, you didn't wear your underwear down to the breakfast?
No, because you made fun of me.
I never make fun of you. What do you mean?
You make fun with me?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'll accept that.
It's the first time that you get to tell me what to do. I'm always telling you what to do.
Well,
I like that better.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Well, your knowledge of this business and filming and all these things, you've got it down. You know what you're doing. I am a student of yours in that department. So I let you lead a lot because you're smart.
Well, it took a lot of years before you trusted me on a lot of this stuff.
Trust is a big word. You don't have that yet.
Well, I remember some early on at season 2, there were some themes what we were going with. You said, this is terrible. This is terrible. And then when when the ratings came out, they were the top shows. And you go,
I don't really hassle you much about what you want to do.
Yeah.
I respect that about you.
Yeah, and you execute it beautifully. You make our life easy.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you for the lie.
It's not a lie.
No, I feel what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing, and I love the classic cars, and it works. And the attitude, when you have the attitude I have with clients, they somehow adopt that attitude back. And if they don't, and if they're not nice, I tell them to leave. I'm not here to be abused. If I want to get abused, I'll stay home. Max, with all the years we've been doing this, are there any particular moments that stick out in your mind that the fans would know about?
Would know about? Well, I mean, the fans, that was the first thing. I found out how popular a show became when I was flying on an airplane one day coming back, and a lady was talking about the show.
Really? Good or bad?
Well, she was right next to me, and she's talking about how she liked Ted and classic cars and all the other things. And then you remember the bus episode?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she started correcting me on how the bus came about.
Did she know who you were?
No, she didn't. It was funny.
Did you ever tell her who you were?
Eventually, yes. And then I was like a star. She thought the world of me that I get to work with the famous Ted Vernon.
It's funny because wherever I go, where I travel, people come up and say hi and take pictures, and they're so nice. The security guard at the hotel, my biggest fan. I'm going back there next time I come to Miami. But it's just, you meet a lot of nice people. You really do.
My favorite when we're on the road with you is the people who they see you and they just let out like they've met their friend what they've never met. Ted Vernon, I love you.
That's happened. It happened to me in the airport. We were going somewhere with my wife, and this cat was walking toward me with a drink in his hand and a sandwich, whatever it was, and he saw me and he says, like this, and then he's chewing, and he spits the stuff out in the garbage can and puts his drink down. He goes, "You're Ted Vernon!" Like this. I can't believe it. He was great, and we took pictures with him, and he was so happy. Because that to me is an honor when you can affect people where they really like you, and they watch the show and they pay attention to what's happening, and they know exactly what's going on in my life. It's really cool.
Well, the fans have changed too, though. Remember when we went on the road on the first couple seasons, it was an older male audience. We knew immediately when we broke crew dinners or something, if we saw somebody in their 50s and they're grouped together or whatever else, we always said, I go, Ted, there's some of your fans. And sure enough, we'd walk by and what? They'd say, I want to get a picture with you, Ted. It was like slam dunk.
It happens all the time, which is an honor.
But now it changed. You got young kids now.
I noticed that.
Now with Tubi and Chopper Town and everything else, you got a whole new audience.
A lot of people approach, and a lot of people when they approach are very polite and nice and happy. And even last night when I went to dinner with your brother, some guy freaked out in the restaurant. It was funny, but nice things, and people actually watch some of the deals where I would hold a car for a soldier for a year. You remember that episode?
Oh, yeah, that's a very popular episode.
Yeah, because, he needed to support his family. How much you need? And I gave him what he needed, and I said, okay, when you come back, the car will be here.
Well, that brings up a point what bothers me, especially with now you're so popular on streaming and all that. What bothers me is the people that think that the show is fake. It's not fake.
I think that the deals being real are why the show is such a success.
Yeah, you can't fake a lot of this stuff. Like the bus episode, a lot of people say, "Oh, that bus was fake," whatever else. That bus is a real bus.
Really cost me a lot of money.
Yeah,
that bus.
And we did do a joke when we had the thing stolen. That was a joke. I mean, everybody knew that was not everybody.
No, not
online,
everybody.
there was a big fight about
Whatever
that.
happened to that bus?
Yes.
We chopped it into little pieces, okay?
Yeah. And then the beach, you had a beach in your location.
Another bright idea.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for TV. It wasn't so good for operations,
Wasn't
right?
good for my sewer. I had to pump it all out and do all that.
All that sand everywhere. Yeah. So, but it was a good episode.
It was fun.
Yeah. And then people claiming that we created the fire or whatever else. That fire was real.
Cooked my Rolls Royce. Cooked one of them right in the face.
Jimmy Buffett's car was in there too or something.
Fried.
Right? Yeah.
And
or his
God
sister.
bless him, he'd given it to his daughter, but he was involved. He says, don't worry about it. That's the kind of guy he was.
Yeah.
What do you think the fun part of this show is? Do you like the traveling?
Well, normally I don't, but with your fans and all on the road, it's a lot of fun because you got some crazy fans. Yes.
They're special.
Yeah.
But I love them. They're great. My fans are so nice. I've only had nice things said to me, except by my wife. But I've had nice things said to me, and it's such an honor to me to be felt that way by so many people.
You got favorite towns? I got favorite town.
Towns?
Yeah, where we've gone to. Outside of Chicago, for me, Volo Museum was fun.
Volo was great. Those people are great.
Yeah.
You know, they're honest.
Yeah.
And that's the nicest thing you can say to a car guy is they're honest.
Oh, Jay and Brian and the old man are wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful people.
They've been very nice to me. They've been very nice to us.
They got a great operation there, too. Beautiful cars.
Serious, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You've done a lot of deals with them over the years.
I have.
Yeah.
And I will continue.
That was a fun trip.
Yep.
What about your old neck of the woods? We went to New Jersey. Remember that whole trip to New Jersey? You bought a Porsche 356?
Oh, yeah, the red one.
Yeah.
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 Jersey's all right. New York is all right. I don't miss them. Being born and raised up in New York, I don't miss it. I like upstate New York. I like beautiful areas upstate. The city, I'm not cool in the city.
Well, what was interesting, that New Jersey episode with that 356 purchase, that was an emotional.
For them.
Yeah, that was emotional for that lady.
I think they had it 40 years, you know?
Yeah, yep. And now you got your new show, buying cars that people love, beating yourself up a little bit. That was kind of the start of it.
Yeah, it was, and now the new direction we're going, it's interesting. You know, people just they want to sell it, and then they say, oh, I don't want to sell it, and it's frustrating, but it's real.
Yeah, and you weren't faking the fun you had on the Alpha car. You love that Alpha. Is that what the cars we go in the water and the land? What are they called?
Amphar.
Amphar.
No, I love those things.
Yeah.
And I went for a ride in that guy's car, and it took me to top of the world, Mom. James Cadney, when he was before he got blown up. Top of the world, Ma. And I said that. I felt so cool doing that. It was great.
There was a big secret which you kept from me for years. I didn't find out until season 3 or 4 that you had a sister.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I do. That's not my fault. You know, she's an unusual woman.
She is, and the episodes that we did were great.
Oh, the people love it. She's funny.
Yeah.
And she's not even trying. And she's funny. Yeah, but you know, I don't have that many people left in my family anymore. Most of them have taken a dirt nap. So, you know, that's one of the remaining Vernons.
So to your fans, I would think a female that looks like you is scary.
So you're claiming that I look like my sister?
I would say so.
Watch it.
Well, watch the episodes and we'll get a...
I've had that feedback. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Not my fault. My dad's fault.
With the reality show, there were things that we just had to go with.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And there was that deluge that one time where it just rained. You were throwing the baseball with Teddy. It was when, who was the Yankee who came over?
Bucky Dent.
Bucky Dent. The Bucky Dent episode.
What a sweet guy he is.
Yeah, and he's an important guy. He's on a tight schedule and all the other stuff. And it must have rained 12 inches that day in 2 hours.
But you know, it's funny.
The lot was flooded.
And he was with his kids. But he could not have been more gracious.
Oh, he's really nice. And he was understanding because of the weather. But you took your shoes off and went trudging around in the water up to your knees.
So, would that sound unusual for me?
No, not at all.
But I had, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. Aaron Judge is the next Babe Ruth. So I watch him every night. My wife watches him with me. She knows the Yankees better than I do. Pretty crazy. I know the old Yankees, but I'm such a Yankee fan, and it's an honor to meet a guy like Bucky Dent and him to turn out to be so nice and not full of himself and just a sweet guy.
Well, people ask me that about you, and I go, Ted's as nice as can be. We work with a ton of people. We do a lot of different shows and all that, and some people they're a little tight sometimes or what else, but you're as easy as can be. So, I mean, Bucky Dent was just one of the the cool guys we get to work with.
Yeah, he was great. We've had quite a few celebrities. We've had football players on there, and
a lot of my favorite guys. I mean, Jimmy Cefalo and Joe Rose, they're the best.
They're the best. Joe Rose is my buddy. What a talent they are.
With Joe fitting into that Mustang, that was hilarious. Well, no, what was the car when he tried? He almost fit in there, yeah. And then the Mustang died on their test drive.
Of course it did.
Well, that happens on classic cars. Some of the Hurricane guys. You dealt with some of the Hurricane guys. Philip Buchanan did the Rolls Royce deal.
Yeah. Still friendly with him. Good guy.
He's very soft-spoken. You'd never know that he was a big-time NFL guy. Very soft-spoken, very...
And he's not a big guy. He's not a very large man. He's just fast.
Well, he's a hardcore vegan now. He's like very healthy. Oh, super healthy.
God bless him.
Yep, very, very healthy guy. Fortunately, we got to meet some people who aren't with us anymore. Ferdy Pacheco and Bert Reynolds.
Yeah. Ferdy was a sweet, sweet man. And Bert, I knew him from trying out for his TV show, and we knew each other, and he could not have been nicer. And my son, I introduced him, and he treated my son with respect. Just a nice man, and he is missed. He was one of one. One of my favorite movies is Deliverance, and that was some film.
That's a Ted movie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a Ted movie.
I think the world of him.
Ferdy's car was one of the nicest cars. What was that?
It
was when
like
you
a
bought
41 Cadillac.
Yeah, that was the smoothest.
Yeah.
That was a great car.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the idea, your business. There were a lot of crazy business ideas. I remember when you all wanted to put a diner on your lot.
Don't include me in that. Yeah, I remember that. So we purchased this bus. Gold Greyhound bus. It was a rare bus, but there was nothing left of it but the frame. It was horrible. And we're going to turn that into a hot dog thing or a hamburger thing. I says, are you crazy? Are you nuts? First of all, I'm not in the food business. And second of all, you got to spend more than that bus costs any day of the week to make it into a usable unit, and it's not big enough to seat a bunch of people. What are you doing? Well, I lost that argument.
Well, I remember that bus was somewhere in the Everglades for the last 30 years or whatever.
But it somehow disappeared. I made it go away.
One of the biggest distractions is once the show became popular, you had hundreds of people in the dealership all the time. It was so difficult, and you spent time with every one of them, and we were behind schedule. And
I got to be nice. I got to be nice to everybody that comes to my place, and believe me, if you're not nice, they'll tell the whole world. But when you're nice, they say, I met Ted Vernon. He was a sweetheart. That means a lot. Wherever I go, I got people coming up to me, and I always go way out of my way to be as nice as I can. Take pictures, whatever it may be. You told me when I started the show, is it about the money? Is it about the recognition? What do you really? I says, I like being recognized. I like being a public figure. I enjoy that.
Right.
And I'm broke, but I'm famous.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm amazing. I remember when you first told me when the show finally hit, it was around the middle of the second season. And you told me, I go, you won't believe it. Everybody's recognizing me.
Everywhere I go. Still.
Well, now, I mean, the younger crowd is what I'm amazed at, because I understand the classic cars for people our age and stuff like that, but now the kids. Well, I mean, you're popular on Snapchat now.
Whatever.
Did you know that? You don't. That's right. You don't know technology.
But it's funny how people come up to me, and they are younger, but the kids today, they don't know what a Model A Ford is. They have no idea. So if you're in the classic car business, you better realize that those old cars are done. And even the 40s and 50s, they're not doing what they used to do. It's changed. People don't care. They weren't born then. And it's a drastic change to the business.
Well, some of those people don't know that, but you don't know what Instagram is or social media or anything, right?
No, I don't know anything. I know about cars. I know about dogs. I never know about women. I can't understand them.
And you don't like electric cars? You like any of the? You really don't like new cars, do you?
I don't. Well, there's very few new cars I like. Rolls and Bentley.
I mean, we've had so many great guests, celebrities, whatever else. I mean, that whole episode series down in the Keys was hilarious.
Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Johnson was great.
What a nice man. We had a blast with him.
But what terrible cars? What are those?
Alante.
The Alantes.
Yeah, died on the way down.
You had 12 of those, and we couldn't get one of them that would run.
I had 22 of them.
Oh, 22?
All bad. I think I chopped them up and sent them to Cuba or something. I don't remember what I did with them, but I chopped them up, and that felt good.
So Cadillac didn't hit a home run on that one?
Not on that one. You had to be a rocket scientist to put the top up and down on that goddamn thing. I hated it.
Yeah.
Everybody hated it.
Well, it went against the rule where you needed 3 of them to keep one running, because you had 22 of them and you couldn't keep one running.
No, I couldn't. And I proved that driving to the Keys.
Yes. And you broke down and documented all and all that. Yes.
Yeah, great. I looked like a clown that day.
That's reality.
Yeah.
The thing that people don't realize, I don't know if your fans realize, you talk to them more than I do, that the first season of the show failed.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Brits don't have the sense of humor that I have, and all the things they cut out the good stuff.
Well, we have to explain that. Accord Productions did not develop the show. It was developed by a British company.
Right.
And they sold it to Discovery. You were on the Discovery Network, and it was like a lifestyle, whatever. It was one of those shows what was popular then, and it failed. They did 13 episodes, spent a lot of money. We were the technical. Rocky shot with you a lot of times. Ozzy, all those guys, they shot on. We provided technical support, but we weren't the creative, and it failed. And you came to me and said, "Hey, I think we got something." And I don't think the British
Get it.
Yeah. And I agreed. They didn't get your humor. So I talked to the British company. I said, "Hey, we would like to take this and pitch it to Velocity." Remember? And you said, "I think we could do something." So I pitched it Velocity. They said, "Well, we put together a pilot which turned out to be episode 1 of season 2, and took it I went up to Washington area where Discovery was located at that time, met with them and told them, I said, "I don't think the British get Ted's humor. We got a version for you. Take a look at it and see what you think." They liked it. They liked it immediately. I think they ordered 8 shows at that point, and it turned out right.
Still doing it all these years later.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they had you, and they had you shave off your mustache and all. I mean,
I think what happened was I did that horror movie in Russia.
Uh-huh.
And when I came back, I had no mustache. I had to cut the mustache for the horror movie.
Uh-huh.
And then when I got back, they go, "Who's this guy?" You know?
Also, I mean, from a character standpoint, my philosophy is let Ted be Ted. They wanted to be a tough guy. You're not a tough guy. You're an animal lover and you love kids and all the other stuff. You're far from being
I'm
a tough guy.
Marshmallow
Yeah.
in reality.
Yes,
you know,
you are.
I'm going through hell with my dog now, you know.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose my pity. It's killing me.
I don't think people understand the softer side of Ted. There's a lot of BS what people put out that's just not true. I've known you for 17 years now?
Yeah.
And I can attest that a lot of the BS is garbage.
Well,
it's not true.
Thank you. But I also, you know, I mean, I care about animals, deeply care about animals. I mean, right now, you know, my dog's dying right now.
Yeah.
I got to go home and take care of my dog.
And you care about kids. I mean, shoot, I'm the father of a severely autistic daughter, and you were her chauffeur on her 18th birthday to her prom with her gigantic
I took
boyfriend.
him in the Phantom. I chauffeur drove him to the. They were
Yes.
thrilled. They had such a good night.
Yep. And nobody talks about that Ted.
I don't talk about it.
No.
I don't tell anybody.
Yeah, well, but that's the Ted that I know as well. So,
You know, I was so many years with the Seagull School, helping those children, which were a lot of the same kind of kids.
right.
And I loved those kids, and they loved me. And I used to, they didn't, I met them, and they didn't have, they had a band walk out on them because they got, they just couldn't work with the kids. It shook them up too much.
Right.
And I had a band at the time in Miami, and I said, "You know what? I'll play the prom." That's how I met them. I'll pay your prom, and you'll never be without a band as long as I'm here.
Right.
And I got to know these kids. And Bobby Johnson, I think it was, the kid that needed a wheel lift chairlift.
Right.
He'd graduated, and he bought a van, and he was going to put 2 kids, and they would work, do light hauling, do this and that. And he was like this, and he still got a license. He did it.
Yeah.
And he didn't graduate with a special ed diploma. He stayed.
Right.
And such a story. I read about it in the paper.
Right.
And he had the van, but he didn't have the money to get a wheelchair lift, so he couldn't do it. So I called the school. I don't know nothing. I don't want any publicity. I said, just tell him he's got it. I'll buy him a lift. And that's how I became active with these guys.
Well, that's what bothered the whole social media. A lot of times you're getting attacked on some of these things, just repeating nonsense.
They don't know
it's
me.
just, they don't, and they repeat nonsense that's been fed. And it's really
It's fake.
sad.
It's fake.
It's sad, but
What am I going to do?
But but the fans that know you and have met you
Love
and
you.
all the other things, and I've known you for 17 years and been nothing but easy for us. I don't think you've had one diva moment, unless that underwear thing in the lobby was a diva moment.
that
I don't know
go.
what that. I can't. I had
It's so
nightmares. You in underwear? Oh God,
Well,
the
I thought it
nightmares.
was funnier the drive to the hotel. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I don't. That's another thing people don't know about you, and it's not a good thing. You're a terrible driver.
Thank you very much.
Terrible. What was the movie where the autistic adult said, "I'm a great driver"? You're the opposite. I'm a terrible driver.
Thank you.
Yep. We were going, what? We're going, well, the one I remember is going down I-95 and your hat flew off in your giant Rolls Royce.
Yeah, but-
and you stop on I-95 and go backwards to get the hat. I thought we were dead.
I got the hat.
Great. Risked your life for the hat. Great.
Well, you know what? Cindy just bought me this hat. And for what it cost, I'd do it again.
You know, this is a fact that you probably don't know, but I've been pulled over by the police more with you driving than with me driving. And I don't drive. How many times? I mean, I've ridden with you maybe 20 times now or whatever else.
Maybe
and
more.
maybe a few more, but you've been pulled over at least 4 or 5 times when
have
I'm
I
with
gotten
you.
tickets?
Nope, no tickets.
No tickets.
Nope. They all happen to be fans, which is another. You're big with the police department.
Well, I got a lot of respect for cops. I just when we went to breakfast today, there was about 8 cops sitting in the restaurant. I walked over and thanked them for the service. I respect police officers.
Yeah.
You know, good or bad driver, I respect police.
You're a bad driver. There's
Yeah,
no
okay,
question. I
whatever
think
you
Cindy,
wanna
your
say.
wife, would verify that.
Thank
there
you.
There was what, about 6 months ago, she wouldn't ride with you. You had 3 crashes right in a row, and she says, "I'm not riding with you."
Thanks, Max.
She insisted on driving if you all went anywhere.
Thank you, Max.
Okay. Isn't that? I find it so ironic that the classic car king is a terrible driver.
That's your opinion.
Ted, the biggest thing you run into now without having the Miami location is everybody thinks you're retired. You're not retired. You're still selling cars, right?
Huh. I can't retire. It's what I do. It's in my blood. I love doing what I do. I'm changing a little bit. I want to try and buy some difficult cars. That's the next project of mine. I want to buy cars from people that don't want to sell them.
Yeah, I think that concept works because we like seeing you suffer. And what
You
we're
must be my wife.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I'm going to try to buy cars from people that are in love with their cars and don't really want to sell them. I'm going to offer them the money and try to change their opinion.
Well, that goes with you're kind of a collector now. Everything used to be for sale. Now,
No, I'm a collector, but I'm more selective in what I buy.
yeah, there's 4 or 5 cars you won't sell.
Oh, yeah, more than that.
Yep. Which the Ted that I met 17, 18 years ago, everything was for sale.
Well, the ones I've accumulated are special to me, and I don't want to sell them. And when I croak, she can do what she wants with them. But I'm not going to sell them. Thank you, Max, for putting up with me for the last 17 years. Let's do another 17.
I'm up for it.
Good. And we're going to do this episode of cars that people love, and then we're going to go rock and roll today and buy some more cars.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you for watching this episode of Ted's Car Corner. We're going to go out and buy some cars now, and we'll be back with another episode. Thank you.